Hi everyone, Sarah Carter, Senior Team Leader with Usborne Books More, and I'd like to share with you our January 2018 new release activity and nonfiction books. First one is for ages 2 and up. We have a new one in our Peek Inside series. So this is Peek Inside the Sea, and you can see that it's got these flaps for young kids and fun things to look at that are under the sea. The thing I like about this is that the flaps are nice and sturdy, so they're nice and thick, so they're harder to pull off. So I actually use these with my 1-year-old baby as well. Really bright, colorful, fun series for them. The next book I'd like to show you is What Are Stars? This is in our very first questions and answers series, so we also have What Are Germs in this series. This retails for $12.99. And it'll tell you all about what stars are. So it starts off with how lots of things are star-shaped. It'll show you, if you lift some of these little flaps, it teaches them about, if I can hold it open, teaches them about first shapes. So you can see it says, I'm a square. And then it has all this great information that very little kids might want to know about stars. Like, for example, that the stars aren't necessarily star-shaped when you look at them up close. It has all kinds of flaps that open all different directions. Talks about how stars are bright and about how they'd hurt you if you really got too close to them. So there's actually some good beginning to think about the science behind stars for little kids. Next one I'd like to show you is a new one in our Wipe Clean series. If you haven't seen these, we have several Wipe Clean books, and they're great because kids can make mistakes in them and easily fix them instead of getting frustrated like sometimes they do with the pencil and paper. So in this one, this isn't about specific currency. Remember that Usborne books are published in England and not here, so they're not specific, but in this, the monsters have their own currency called pugs. So it's going to teach your child the basics of counting and paying for things in pugs. So it kind of takes the monetary value out of it and just teaches them the basics behind what we use money for. Next one I'd like to show you is a new one in our Magic Painting series, Dinosaurs Magic Painting. So this one, you just use water. You can see it comes with a paintbrush there. And with your water, you paint over the pictures, and you can see that a picture starts to appear beneath it. Again, always my favorite feature of these books is this flap at the end that you can tuck underneath the page you're working on so the kid doesn't soak the entire book. Great series. Next, we have a new one in our Shine a Light series, of which we have upwards of 12 different Shine a Lights. This one's called At the Hospital. This is one of 2 of our brand new ones. The other one is called On the Farm. And this one teaches you all about what goes on within a hospital. So if your child is curious at all, if they're saying they want to be a doctor or a nurse, it starts out at the admissions desk and it's going to walk you through. Particularly if you were expecting, this is a good one for helping your child to see what it's going to be like going into the hospital, but it also talks about a family that goes in the hospital that's staying overnight and kind of the process of what that's like. As with our other Shine a Light books, you've got the picture on one side and it'll say something like what's going on inside the ambulance. And when you shine a flashlight behind it, this is the picture that gets illuminated here. So much fun for kids. Next new one I'd like to show you is this one. This is one of my favorites. It is called My First Drumming Book. We also have My First Recorder and My First Xylophone coming out too, which I'm so excited about, as well as a book about musical instruments. So My First Drumming Book starts off, and you can see here at the bottom, it teaches you how to do all the different parts of a drum. So it teaches you about the hi-hat, the snare, the bass, the floor tom, and the crash cymbal. And the neat thing is, once your child has practiced doing those individually, then there are these pages. So notice at the top, let's see if I can turn it so you can see, where it says A. Down here, you're going to push this button right here, A. It's going to play a melody, and you're going to play along with it. So it teaches your child rhythm. So I'll just give you an example here. So here's A. Okay, see, I need a little bit of practice. It's a little bit hard holding it up this way, but you get the idea. So much fun. This kept my husband and I busy for about half an hour when it first came in. We had so much fun with it. So it'll be a sure hit with your kids as well. Great for car rides, great for doctor's offices. Anytime you need your child to wait or to occupy themselves, this kind of a book is gold. The next one I'll share with you is called Usborne 1000 Things in Nature. We have 1000 things in several different series. This one is really neat though, and probably my favorite one in this series because it has 1,000 different things that you'll find in nature. Everything from eggs to how to recognize different kinds of trees, different kinds of birds, bright, beautiful illustrations, and this will keep your child busy for days. Also doubles as math practice because you can have them count the amount of birds that have, birds that are red, or trees that have purple leaves, or things like that. So you can use this for a lot of different things. Next thing that I would like to share with you, and this one is so beautiful, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's called A Magical Adventure. And in the same vein as You Choose, Story Path, Just Imagine, this book lets your child decide how the story is going to go. So it's like a choose your own adventure, except for younger kids. Although this one, I'd have to say, is probably more for kids in the 6 to 7 range. It's a little more difficult than some of the other choose your own adventure books that we have. So it starts off, there's a story, there's 2 brothers, and this is written by a woman who lives in Poland. So you can see that just gorgeous illustrations. And in the story, the 2 brothers have a falling out. So when you get to this page, you either decide that you're going to go with this brother or you're going to go with this brother. If you choose this one, you're going to turn to a specific page. If you choose the other one, you're going to turn to a different page. And on each page, there's a puzzle, something to find, something to count. In this one, you have to decide which path you're going to take. And again, you have a choice which page you're going to turn to continue the story. So you can see on pages like this one, it says find 10 mushrooms for the rabbit. On the next page, you're spotting 3 other animals hiding in the trees. So there's something for them to do on each page. This will also keep them occupied for a long time. But as with a lot of our other great picture books, no matter what you choose, by the end, the brothers are going to come back together and they're going to learn a very important lesson. Cannot recommend this book enough. By the way, this book has, let's see, let me tell you the right thing here. This book has 62 pages. So you can see it's nice and thick, really great value for your money, and so much fun to read.